Okay, I'm going to say a really quick prayer and then we have a lot to do. So it's going to be fun. All right. Lord, we just thank you so much for all the ladies that are here tonight. Thank you for a full screen. Thank you for just the time that we had in Charlotte. And I just thank you for the way that you cared for us as we had things that we need to be cared for. And we just thank you so much, Lord, that you're always with us and guide us. And thank you for all that we learned. And thank you for bringing us all safely home and just guide us tonight as we just try to get clarity on lots of things and just excitement for the new year. And it's in your name we pray. Amen. Okay. Um, Yay. So I only had, ooh, see, my makeshift desk is kind of scary. I had one person turn in accomplishment sheet, and it was Debbie Culp. You know, Debbie Culp is our girl from Houston. And it was a zero, but she said she wants to start like getting the consistency of turning in her weekly accomplishment sheet. So even if it's a zero, she's going to do it. So it's like part of her habit. And then I did count up my sales for last week because I had kind of shared with y'all that I'm going to start being accountable on my work. And so I sold just $257 last week while I was gone, but I'm grateful for
Oh, yay.
$257. I
Yay.
had sales like before I left and a little bit while I was gone, so wasn't a ton of activity. Hey Jody, glad you're here. Um, okay, so I am gonna just go through a couple of announcements and things, and then I'm gonna give you guys time to share. Anybody can share about their week, and then oh, Chris, you had $60 of sales. Yay! Good job, Christy. Um, and anyone can share when we get to it. I'm going to let anyone share about their week. And then those of you that were at seminar, I definitely would love to hear a little bit from each of you if you feel like you want to share maybe just what you thought, what you heard, all the things for those of us that didn't get to go or those of us that didn't get to go. So, really quickly, I think I already told y'all this, but I think you got an email today maybe from the company regarding pressed powder. So mineral, okay, you might be getting an email, I think, this week. I think I told you that the pressed powder is going to be out in the fall, but they're expecting it to run out quicker. So they said they were going to send an email out. So if you feel like you need any pressed powders or you need to contact your customers that use pressed powders and want to see if they need any, you might order those quicker just in case. Also, the little lip gloss minis had ran out a while back. They're back in stock. The little lip gloss minis that are on section 2. So just FYI on some product stuff. Just a reminder, I think Dawn alluded to it earlier when I first got on about the makeover contest. And that goes until August 30th. And so, does everybody feel comfortable with where to go, the link, all the stuff on where to put your customer's picture in with all of that?
So far,
Pretty
I
good.
haven't put anybody down yet. I have 8 people lined up, but I haven't done anybody. Um, yeah, I'm trying to get things going and I probably have more people, but I haven't put them down, yet. So I'm trying and I'm trying to get referrals. So I want to do 25.
Yay, that's awesome. I know that's a great goal. And you have time. I mean,
I
if you
do.
book them and then you've got a month to get them in. And I think, like I said earlier, I'm going to try to get them to upload it right then when they're with me so that I know that
Oh,
they
okay.
get it in, to the system. And then if
Yeah.
you guys, I'm tracking our numbers. So, if you actually get someone, every time you get someone that actually does upload their picture and enter the contest, just let me know. And we're going to kind of just keep track of it. So collectively, I said, let's do 50. So Debbie, if you do 25, then, and Dawn does 25, and Jody, I mean, we could have more than 50. So I am trying to focus on that too. But if you have any questions about that, let me know. And I just wanted to make sure that's kind of our big focus really in August, to get people entered into that contest. And they could win $5,000, which is so exciting. And then you're a winner too. So that's exciting. Second, this is kind of crazy because several of us have just gone to seminar and all of that. But don't forget, if you're wanting to send the fall and holiday lookbooks that go out in September, the deadline is Friday. It's August 1st. So it's odd. The next two deadlines are on the first of the month, which we used to always be in the middle of the month. And so this is different. So just a reminder, there have been some people that already have signed up, books to be mailed, but this is the fall and holiday book that will go out in September. And then the next deadline is, I believe, October 1st. And that will be the winter book that goes out in November. So this is really when the fall holiday book goes out. So just a reminder of that. It's kind of hard to remember when it's at end of month and right after seminar. So I'll try to keep you guys reminded if make sure I can see the thing here. I'll try to keep you guys reminded if I don't see that you've signed up, and you usually do. Okay, the other thing I want to just keep in front of us, because this is kind of my personal goal for our unit, all to collectively, is to stay on track of 5-star consultants each quarter. So we are 7 weeks away, basically, from the star deadline. So if that is your personal goal, then look at what have you already got into wholesale ordering since June 16th, and then how much would you need to sell over the next 7 weeks if you were going to hit Sapphire Star or Ruby or whatever your goal is. And then, if you get a Great Start qualified, so say you're a Sapphire Star and you get a Great Start qualified recruit, then you're going to be a Ruby. So so if you need help with trying to figure out, well, what would I need to sell every week, what my goal should be, just let me know and we'll talk about that. But I just want to kind of keep that in front of you while it's not just like a week away. You got 7 weeks. So if that is a goal you have, you have plenty of time, especially if you're getting makeover people. I wanted to tell you too, I'll try to have a calendar out on Friday for August, but we will have a meeting every Tuesday in August. And I am moving my son to New York, but it's between Tuesdays. So I won't be gone on a Tuesday. And I will put this in writing for y'all. I probably will post it in Facebook, on our Facebook group, and I'll probably put it in our newsletter. But I'm going to kind of have a system to our meetings. I'm going to try this for 90 days, August, September, October. And see how it goes for us and see how it works. But we're going to kind of have a theme every week at meetings, so you can kind of be prepared for, this is probably what we're going to be training on. Of course, I want you here every week, but if this just kind of helps you, the first Tuesday of the month is always going to be going over kind of like a lot of what I'm doing tonight. Like, what are all the things that are happening with the company? What do we need to be reminded of our unit promotions? What are we focused on? Any changes that the company's doing or anything, because I get the director's memo on the first of the month. And so that first Tuesday is going to be kind of more informational like that, and any changes that we need to go over. Then the second Tuesday is going to be all about mindset and personal growth. So we're going to be focused on that on the second Tuesday of the month, which that seems to be a lot of what we love, and so we all seem to kind of like that. The third Tuesday is going to be what I call back to basics. So that's going to be more basic Mary Kay training. And that could be anything from foundation matching to how do I do booking, to how do I do a closing, to whatever we need to learn, basic skills in Mary Kay. That will be what the third Tuesday is. And then the fourth Tuesday is going to go back and forth, which recruiting could fall in some of that basics, but I want to have a little bit more focus on sharing the opportunity. So the fourth Tuesday is going to kind of go back and forth. We're either going to talk about social media stuff, or we're going to talk about recruiting. That is going to be kind of back and forth on some of that, so that we're hitting that every month a little bit. And then if there is a fifth Tuesday, then I'm going to do money management on the fifth Tuesday. So you may not get that every month, but we don't talk about it all that much. And I feel like money management is super important in our business. So sometimes some of that is going to be reiterating what we may already need to be reminded of. But we're going to talk about money management the fifth Tuesday. So I'm going to kind of go with those themes for our meetings over the next 90 days. We're going to see how that goes, see if we like it. And we're going to still do product knowledge every week. So I still want you guys to do product knowledge. And so I'll get that set for August. And I was thinking we're going to talk in a minute about what we talked about last week with the whole 45 and Thrive a little bit with Tandy Fisher. And you know, she had a list of products that she recommends that we really track that our customers are using. And I thought it would be cool, which a lot of these are products that we should know the most about. But I thought it would be really cool if we took that list of her products and really started focusing on making sure we learn those products really well. Because if you're doing the 45 and Thrive thing, which if y'all were not on there last week, I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Not everybody has to do it, but there is a lot of value in it. And I feel like it's a focus that we could have on. And so I think we could focus on those products. So you can let me know what y'all think about that. But I can give you the list of the products and then I'll kind of book people to do product knowledge over the next 4 weeks. Does that sound good to y'all? Okay. Let me just tell you a couple other things and then you guys are talking. So, I wanted to remind you, if you did not watch this, it was really good. And I would say, even if you watched it, it would not hurt for you to watch it again. And if you can click on, see this little link here that says tinyurl.com consultant vision. This is from June 18th, but I can also text this to you if I need to. If you will click that, then you scroll down and it gives a replay of it. And then it also gives you sheets that you can print if you want to. But it was quite encouraging. They had a director one and a consultant one, and they actually had different national sales directors train on the director one than they did on the consultant one. But I know Jody watched it and you thought it was really good, right? Yeah. Did anyone else watch it? Did you watch it, Dawn? Okay. Did you like it? Yeah. So if you watched it once, you don't have to watch it again, but it probably wouldn't hurt because it's quite good. And then the other thing is we did talk about last time. Let me see if I can, guess I don't have it up. I thought I had it up already. Maybe I do here. Okay, here I got it. Okay, last time we talked about pajamagraphics.com and then you go to the Go Give. So you have to set up an account to get into this. But if you go to the Go Give section, it's free. And there's different things every month that you can use. But when I was talking about the 45 and Thrive, that is down here and you click on that. There's also the power of layering with HTK. Both of those are really great and has real, but this 45 to Thrive, this has 3 videos, and I'll tell you, I've watched them twice and I need to watch them one more time. Because it's really helpful. The whole point of this 45 to Thrive is to get 45 customers on all of these products so that you hit National Court of Sales. But you could decide, you know, whatever, it can still fit into your goal. If National Court of Sales is not your goal, but you're like, I need 25 new customers or I need 45 new customers, what this is a way to build those customers and then get them on additional products. And it's also really good for customer service and also for really recruiting. When you get to the 3rd video, has anyone watched all 3 of the videos? when you get to the third video, she talks about how it can also feed into recruiting. Yes, yeah, Debbie made flyers off the makeover just in this pajama graphics thing. So you do have to use Canva, but you use a free version of Canva and it's already set up for you. So you just go in there. But I went ahead and printed for this Tandy Fisher thing. Who thinks they really want to do the 45 to Thrive? Okay, a couple of people. So it has, like, I printed off all the products. So the goal, like for those of you guys that were not on here last week, the goal is for you to get 45 customers on, well, 25 products. So then they're all buying $1,000 a year, basically. And the products that she came up with are products that everybody uses. They're buying these products for the most part somewhere. So they should be hopefully buying them from you. So it's a really great system. It's kind of like the layering sheet. So what I did is I got myself my notebook. I printed off her sheet for me to put all my customers and what they have. And I've got the layering sheet in here too. So if I take one customer, I can layer what products is she on, but I can also layer where is she on all the things that I've tried to do with her so that I'm tracking and getting more customers on more products, but also offering the opportunity and tracking both things all together. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Now she has all of the printouts, so how you can put samples in the mail or samples in reorder bags or however you're going to do that. But if you don't have a printer, you know, because sometimes this kind of thing gets overwhelming. If you see all these things that she has to print out and you're like, well, I'd really like to do that, but I don't have a printer. You can, you know, we do have access for discount at FedEx, Kinko's, and also at Office Max, Office Depot. And so if you go on to Mary Kay in Touch and you go to ordering, and MK can, I think it's under, I need to look. It's under ordering where you can look for your the different vendors that we have deals with. You can set yourself up a FedEx account or an account with, it's called ODP, which is the Office Max. So there are ways for you to print stuff if you don't have, you know, a printer, if that's helpful to you. If you have trouble getting them through Canva, because they're really mostly, you don't have to change that much in Canva. Some of it I can email to you because I'm pulling them off of Canva and saving them onto my hard drive. But Debbie was able to get her stuff printed, and so I will look at that, Debbie. I should have been more prepared for that. I'll find out exactly how you can go to it, but you do have to get yourself a FedEx account. And then you get a Mary Kay card in the mail that you can use. That's your FedEx discount card. But after the meeting, I will follow up on that and give you the exact instructions. I should have been more prepared for that. So, okay. So this thing with Tandy Fisher, it takes a little time to get it going and to really understand all of that. So if you want to do it, I would encourage you, you can watch all her videos on Pajama Graphics. Just click on that 45 and Thrive. She has the videos broken down so they're not too long. So that's why she has 3. And then she walks you through how to do it. And, you know, I am a paper person, and so I'm going to track better if I have it on paper. But, you know, you can do these things electronically and not do it on paper. Some of it you can, the tracking, if you want to. So we really kind of watched some of those videos and stuff last time, but it took too much to take through the whole meeting. So I would definitely look at it if you're trying to build your current customer base with more products, or you're trying to build new customers. So even if National Court of Sales is not your goal, I think utilizing her system would be really great. And then if you have any questions about it, you can let me know. Okay, so any questions about any of that? Okay, I'm going to quit talking. And so I would love for y'all to share. If anyone had something great happen this week, Mary Kay or otherwise, that you want to share, you can share that. And then those of you that went to seminar, I really would love for you to share one or two things that really stood out to you, or you felt like you learned the most, or you gained from going to seminar. Who wants to go first?
I I just want to tell one good thing.
Okay.
I'm reading a book, and for all these years, I know Mary Kay, and we always get encouraged through our unit to read books. And the last time I did one or committed to it was when we had the 35 Hard challenge. So that was quite a while ago. But I found some motivation, ordered a book, and I am reading a book and have surprised myself. So that was a big win for me.
Well, and I know the book you're reading is the one Stephanie is also listening to on Audible, right? Have you finished it, Stephanie?
I finished it today.
You finished it today? Yay! So you highly recommend?
It's good.
Yeah. Okay, so Jody's read it too. It's called Let Them. And so that's what Dawn is reading. Stephanie listened to it, and Jody read it or listened to it maybe. But that's a good book for everybody. I have not read it, but I just got some new books. So it is by Mel Robbins, Debbie. Mel Robbins is who wrote that. So yay for you, Dawn, because you said you were like way in there already, right? After
I
one day.
am. I'm surprised myself at how many pages I've read in a short period of time, and the commitment, like, just, yeah, it's a surprise to me.
Well, we're proud of you. It's always good to read. Okay, who else wants to share either about seminar or and Dawn, if you have anything about seminar you want to share, you can.
I didn't want to go first.
Okay. Who wants to go first? Jody, you want to go
I'll
first?
go first. I'll
Okay.
go first. Laura's asked about the new location in comments. Charlotte, North Carolina is absolutely beautiful. It is gorgeous. If you've not been to North Carolina or Charlotte, I highly recommend it. I will be going back just for personal, just so that I can do more sightseeing. Here in West Texas, we don't have trees, and you can't see the trees for the forest in North Carolina, if that makes any sense. But so it's very pretty. It was very so the overall city and the location was great. Flying out of Amarillo, there's always issues with the flights, but we made it work, and we got it done, and we got in and we got out. And we got back home. So that was what mattered. The actual convention center was plenty big, but it was very chopped up. It was different. It was very, very different, but it was really nice. I mean, things were separated, things were, but at the same time they were in close location. So we weren't walking, like in Dallas, we were walking miles. I mean, we still walked a lot, but I just don't feel like we walked as much as we did in Dallas. There are definitely things that needed to be fixed, and I hope they fixed them for the second seminar. We were the first one. The overall seminar was fabulous. For them having to not have even a full year to get this plan, to get, the decorations and all of the stuff to Charlotte, North Carolina, they did a fabulous job. I commend corporate, and I will be calling them whenever they get back and kind of get settled, and just let them know that I felt like that they did a great job. There was things that happened that could have been avoided. It wasn't avoided. And I think Mary Kay had their hands tied. So training, my red jacket class, I myself had a hard time hearing some of the speakers, so I check out. As soon as I can't hear, I'm checked out. But there was a couple of really good speakers. Amy Schul was really, really good. And but I'm going to tell you the one speech, and I don't know why I always forget her name, but Julia Burnett, is that right? She was national, and she spoke on day 2. Yes. And she was spot on. And I know that Angela said that if she can get the recording, that she's going to. She got it. Yay.
Yeah. Okay. So I got 2 recordings, and they redid it and put it in VibeCloud. So I'm going to post it on
Mhm.
here after meeting because
It
literally
is.
I've listened to it 2 more times. I cry every time. Like I was crying during it, and Jody was looking at me. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm just tired. Well,
Yeah.
then I've watched it twice since, and I'm
Yeah.
like, it's so good. So I'm gonna post it in our Facebook group after meeting because I think everybody should listen to it. It is
Yeah,
so good.
she was just good. I mean, you know, she delivered a message that we hear all the time, but she delivered it completely different. And she is just a fabulous speaker. I've never heard her speak, and or if I have heard her speak, it didn't resonate with me. This one resonated, and she was just fabulous. I myself caught my dream again. I have gotten my spark again. Um, I know that God has placed it in my heart, and even though I've been shoving it away, but so we'll see what happens. But I did meet a cute little, super cute red jacket, and she and I both are like, yeah, we did this, yeah, we did this, and yeah, we can't do that. So
Jody, are you talking about Lindsay?
I sure
The
am.
trailblazer?
Yep.
So she's right out here near me, and she and I have connected a bunch of times on products and stuff. She's got a great spirit, great vibe, all of that. So I've seen you guys' Facebook posts to each other, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool that they know each other or connected.
Yeah, we met at the hotel. Yeah, she told me she was in St. Louis, and I saw you were friends with her on Facebook. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, yeah. So it was great. I feel like the overall seminar was fabulous. I really the good outweighed the bad, and it was just it was good. I mean, there was no lines at the hotels, at the restaurants. There was the downtown was clean. Charlotte wanted us there. They wanted us there, and that just made it. I mean, it really did. It made it great, and I look forward to Mary Kay not having seminar in Dallas again.
Thank you, Jody. Okay, who else wants to share?
I'll go.
Okay.
So the first thing I wrote down was overall going to a new location wasn't too bad. I missed some of the norm from seminar being in Dallas, but I also enjoyed the change up. And so what I heard is next year for sure it's Fort Worth, and the year after is Oklahoma City. That's what I heard.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Did
Yes.
you hear that from the stage?
From that director that I sat next to on the plane on the way back. That person who, again, has a lot going on with some corporate folks. So, okay. We can't say it's 100% certain, but that's what was.
Well, that was the rumors. We were hearing those rumors when we were there. But I was hoping that, and I kept hearing Oklahoma City, but this girl said Fort Worth first and then Oklahoma City.
Yep, that's what she said. So, I personally, after looking over all of my written notes, which again is an unusual thing for me to want to put my energy into writing notes, but the main general sessions were great. And then the training for me, I loved our speakers. And so what I'm going to share is mostly just the general session notes. But I loved Charlotte equally as well as Jody. And that's been the comment to all of my friends that have been asking, like, I can't wait to go back. It was a great seminar that gave me all the energy I needed and all that. But the comments from Ryan Rogers and Allison Sellers really spoke to me and seemed to be extremely straightforward. We will be increasing our brand awareness across social media platforms. Our digital landscape is changing. We will function in both the physical and digital markets. And to further our own opportunities for success, we're going to be incorporating new e-commerce platforms. We will meet consumers where they're at. And our goal is to have generational appeal to everyone. Those were notes I wrote down from Ryan Rogers. I particularly this year enjoyed Jessica Bear's message and her info and thought that it was really good. So one of my notes was that we've 290 cancer researchers have received grants through the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. And I think something about the 30-year anniversary of the foundation and that we're striving to reach the $100 million mark in donations. And then there's a Mary Kay YouTube channel out there for training on something to do with what goes on with the domestic violence hotline. I did try and find a YouTube channel for Mary Kay connected with NDVHX, and I could not find it. So I want to kind of figure out how I can get to that, because I was very curious, and if we can receive training on how to help others in those situations, I would be all for that. So, and then we had Dr. Lucy, who now has 2 titles, brand ambassador and chief scientific officer. And I liked her comment where she said, how we express who we are to the world is what's changing. We will be bold, we will be seen, and we will be unapologetic. And there is a focus on increasing our brand relevance and awareness. I just like, that just spoke to me, like straightforward, straight on. Then we had somebody up there that talked about the retinol 0.3, and I really liked the phrase when she said, because glowing skin never goes out of style. Somehow when I start to talk about that product to customers, I'm gonna incorporate that phrase because I like it. Let me see, there was a new acronym, because I do love our Mary Kay acronyms, and somebody said that LOVE stands for, in our Mary Kay world, leading others with vision and excellence. And then lastly, I'll let Allison and Naisha, the corporate legal person, my notes from their talk was that e-commerce tools are going to enhance the way we run our business, as I may have already said. They do not change our model. The use of social media influencers, they will not receive any commissions on sales. They just will have signed contracts. So when we see people that we're unfamiliar with that are outside of the Mary Kay world, that are contracted social media influencers, we shouldn't be alarmed. They're not getting commissions on any sales of Mary Kay products, obviously. And then I really enjoyed hearing that we're not an affiliate marketer and kind of understanding that, because I would not have tuned into any of that. So that was really great, kind of getting a better understanding. And that's all I have, because the classes and all the notes, it would take me too long to write those down for tonight.
Yeah. I thought that whole section on affiliate marketing was really helpful. And that's probably something we're going to touch on again when we talk about social media training and stuff. I'm going to go through that more in depth again, because I had never heard of that. And I didn't understand the difference. And it's a good thing to know, because a lot of other direct selling companies are changing their models and we're not. And then to just try to understand what that means, on social media was helpful, I thought. So yeah, that was really good. Yeah, okay. Stephanie, do you have something you want to share? We'll let ya.
I'm sorry if you can't hardly hear me. I got a fan going.
Oh,
I
that's
don't want
okay.
to
We can
but
hear you.
out here. So, but I mean, I'm kind of in the same thing with Jody. Like, it was kind of hard to hear people, so I kind of tuned out. But mostly what I took from this is it's either now or never. Like, this was my 3rd seminar. Every year it's the same thing. I go, I get motivated, I come back to reality, and I'm working 70 hours between 2 other jobs, and Mary Kay kind of falls to the side. Well, like, I'm not working 70 hours. I don't have a second job. So, I mean, now is basically the time to just put in the work and see what happens, make it happen. Because, like, I don't want to keep going in this cycle. I said I wanted to do it, so now's the time to do it. It's
Yay.
get it done. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes. Well, we're excited for you, Stephanie. Yeah, and we believe in you. We know you can do it. So we're excited to see you do it. Yeah. I know it is hard. You get really excited there, but it is the key is coming back and taking what you learned and applying it. For sure. Um, and we can all do it
But
because
other
I
than
think
that,
we all do that. Go ahead.
other than that, like I really had fun in Charlotte. It was good. It's always good to see you guys in person. You know, I see you guys on Zoom every week or whatever, but like it's always good to see you guys in person and get to like touch you guys and like things like that. So
Yeah.
I had like a really good time with you guys, and I really love Charlotte.
Yeah. I know we got to eat, those of you that weren't there, we did get to eat some soul food one night that was quite good. So, yeah, I know it is good. I mean, I'm really thankful for Zoom so that we can all be together every Tuesday, but there isn't anything like actually getting to see people in person too. And it's really good. Alexandra, do you want to share something? Do you feel good tonight? Do you want to share something about
Yeah,
what you learned?
yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think it was the journal session. As soon as we walked in with Ryan Rogers, it was maybe the I don't know if it was the first thing he said, but he said, if you don't move forward, others zoom right past you. And
Mhm.
that just really hit me. I was like, wow, okay. That just, I was just like, okay. And I'm not sure, there's just so much being said and everything in that first general session. I wrote down this, uh, and someone, I don't know, Don or Jody or Angela, one of you, someone may know. I have written down, go back to the moment you said yes. Go back to the moment your heart uh, beat was beating fast. Do you guys remember who?
Yeah, that was from that wonderful speech we were talking about from Julia Burnett. Yeah.
Okay, was it from her?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was only at the first general session, and
She
maybe
was in there the first day. It was the first
was-
day.
it was her. Okay,
Hmm.
and oh, the one thing, and it was with the social media, which I mean, I love that they talked about the best way as far as posting with your social media, and they had like a well, it wasn't really a pyramid because it was upside down,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, and they put like the most effective way, and they have reels was the first. I didn't get them all, but they had reels was the first one, posts, and then story, and then there were two more. But just listening to them and hearing the most effective ways to grab your customers and potential customers information, I mean, that was just so informative. That was really interesting. And I think for me best the thing that I got the most out of was I met so many new people from not just the Ruby, but we were there with Diamond, and then finding out, like Sherry and I, there were like at least 4 or 5 people that we informed that they were going to be in a different division, and it wasn't on purpose. We were just chatting in our hotel in the lobby, and then just getting to know people,
Hmm.
and that was information, making connections, and then getting phone numbers. And now I guess within just a day or so, I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, how are you, what are your plans, and what are your goals for next year and what's coming up. So I really enjoyed that, and I learned a lot.
Okay, good. Well, and I want to say to all of you all that went, um, you know, I am thankful for you guys taking I mean, it's a big effort to go, especially to a new city, and it's a big effort in terms of money and time. And I'm really proud of you guys for doing it because I know there was a lot of directors there that didn't have any team members. And so I was grateful that I was surrounded by team members, and I'm thankful that you guys just took the effort to do it because it's not always easy. So And Alexandra did make a good point that it was kind of interesting because we were still in Ruby and everybody was talking about, this is it for Ruby. So going forward, we're going to be in the Sapphire division. So at the end of this month, when you go look at like Recognition Central and all of that, where all of our numbers and everything are going to be in the new Sapphire. But it was interesting because I was seeing directors and stuff there saying, now, where are you going? Like, are you going, so you don't even know who all is going to be together. But it was cool to see when we were, with the other division that we did, like we got to hear from Julia Burnett because she was in a different division and all of that. So I think it's going to be exciting to see who all's in our new Sapphire and who all new we're going to get to learn from. And so it's exciting. I would say the second speech I thought that was amazing was at the Mary Kay National Area event that we went to, and that was Holly Lowe. And her speech was very similar to the one that I shared with y'all in a training a few months ago. But I'm trying to, I think I can get the recording of that as well. And so, but I will share, as soon as I get that, I will share it because she's just amazing. And she kind of just says it like it is. And sometimes we just need to hear that. So I think I have access to that one too. And so if I do, I'll post it. I did have, Cheryl reached out to me and asked me about HDK because HDK trained the directors. And so I was in HDK's training. I did ask Roxy if we had a recording of it. So far, I haven't found a recording, but I am actually going to take what she trained on and we will train on that. Probably the next time we do Mary Kay Basics, because it was about HDK's speech was about how you spend your time each day. It was a very focused to directors in a lot of ways, but when I went back and looked at it, it definitely can be for consultants too. And so I will share that. And a lot of you guys have team members. And so, that kind of affects how you spend your time in your Mary Kay. And so HDK was probably the best speaker of all the directors' speeches that I had, my director training, but my others were also quite good. There was one that I didn't enjoy her style, but then when I went back and looked, she said a couple of really great things. And I was like, okay, so I'm glad I got that from her. But I had very good training, and some of it was on social media, some of it was on recruiting, some of it was on time management. So those are things we will train on those as we go through training over the next little bit for sure. But if I can get HDK's recording, I've asked for it. If someone recorded it, then I will let y'all, I'll share it with y'all. Cause her style of training is just, easy to listen to and she's funny. So, anyway, so anything else that anyone wants to share about their week or about seminar or any questions anybody has? Debbie, go ahead.
I had something funny. Last year we went down to the river in southern Missouri and we go along the Black River and we tent camp, but we have a air conditioner. Okay, so I met this lady last year and she's just kind of crazy. She's so funny. I love her, but she does all kinds of things. And she's very she's got arthritis severely and her hands are all crippled and everything. So, we had to help her walk and so forth. But I chipped my satin hands kit and I did it on their legs at the river.
Ah.
And I said, I didn't make a sale, and they were just like, wow, that really feels good. And I'm like, waiting for any questions. And there wasn't no questions. And so I was like, well, I tried and I did mine as well. I had, I was up in the campground and I shaved my legs with shaving cream while we're sitting up there. And I had it on my swimming suit and everything else. And Mike's like with a hose trying to get it off of me. But then we went down and I'm like, feel how this feels. And they're like, oh, this is wonderful. And that was it. They didn't ask how much it was, how often you have to use it, anything. But I'm getting that girl that I met, her name is Rhoda. She's going to do a facial. Her hands are so bad. And I'm trying to figure out, she says, I can't put cream on. And I'm thinking, how can I help her do that? I was thinking of using a brush, or I was thinking of she can use a washcloth. So if she put it on with a brush, maybe she could wash it off with a washcloth or something like her cleansing cream. I don't know how far she'll go. She's 10 years younger than me, and her face is pretty smooth. But I told her, I said, you have to do this for me. But she's like,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm gonna try and see who she can get to come over and do it with me at the same time. But she just lives in Escuda, so that's not even an hour away from me. So I
Okay.
had a good time with them, and I was just I talked to Mary Kay last year, and that's she wouldn't do it last year, but
She's
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
get
it
her
this
this
year.
year.
Well, that's good. So did you already
I-
know her, or did you get her phone number while you were there?
No, I got her phone number while I was there last year, and so we've called each other. We've met in Fairview and stuff a few times. I didn't get to know her husband until this time, and I made sure I complimented him and talked to him and stuff so that he was comfortable with me. And I said, I'm coming over, and he goes, well, we're going somewhere tonight. I said, not tonight. I'm coming to your house. And he goes,
Oh.
do you know where we live? I said, no, but I'll find out. And he was like, oh no, so we got along real well and stuff. So I had a very good time with them, but I should have went up and down. I mean, there was people everywhere. I should have went up and down to the whole bit there. And there were 4 girls there that were in the river. And this doesn't have anything to do with it, but I think there were 4 lesbians, and they were having the best time. And I was up there talking to them and stuff. They got tattoos all over the place and everything, and they were just having a good time. And I don't know, I just didn't feel like going up. I was a little, I don't know why, but I was a little skittish going up there and doing on people I didn't know at the river. But
Well, I'm
I-
glad you
I
met
did
her.
notice I had a great time, but next year I'm gonna go up and down that river and do that.
Well, I'm glad. So you've booked her for August.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and I told her, I said, you have to bring a friend. She goes, well, I'll see who I can get. I said, you have to bring somebody. Somebody needs to come. And her daughter lives far away, so she couldn't. I got to meet her daughter and her daughter's wife, and she was the kids and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But I really enjoyed doing Mary Kay with them, and I was like planting seeds.
Well, yeah. And you never know. A year later, here you are. So that's great.
Yep.
And I guess I need to ask y'all real quick. Does anyone have guests? Okay, I just want to make sure. So I was
No,
ready
my
for that.
goodness, yeah.
And I'll let you go here in a few minutes. Is there anybody else that has anything else they want to say? Dawn?
Yeah, well, I have a question and then a
Okay.
little story. So I think I saw on Miranda Rain's Facebook group today, she posted something about the makeover, and it looks like the flyer she was posting was suggesting that other colors could be used in the looks. Now, I thought the contest was all about you have to use the colors that are specified in the looks. So I don't know.
I didn't verify. I thought they were the same colors. They may not be. I thought they
Okay.
were the same colors, but she was just posting which ones would be winter, autumn, spring, summer.
Okay, maybe I didn't look at it right.
Well, and
Okay.
I didn't look at it that closely either, Dawn. I did see that. I took it as, because she had the names of them on there, and I took it as she was trying to tell you which, season that look would be best for, is what I took it as, but I didn't verify
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna go back and look at that.
Yeah.
So the other thing is the typical something we've heard over and over again. I had a visit yesterday with a friend / old customer that had been archived by me because a while ago, a couple of years ago, she wasn't wanting to attend any guest events and buying products and things like that. But we had a visit to kind of connect over some recent vacationing, and I just wanted to reconnect with her. And one of the things that came out yesterday was, I haven't received your lookbooks in a while, and I haven't been to your past couple of years of open houses that I always so much enjoyed. So wasn't I embarrassed and caught off guard? And I can't even remember how I tried to recover from that. In any case, end of story. I knew that I was going to ask her yesterday because she's enjoyed participating in some things in the past from quite a while ago. We haven't seen each other in about 3 years now. She couldn't wait for me to ask her to be in the makeover contest, and she's booked with me for Saturday morning. Like, So
I
we
know.
like,
I know.
don't
Sometimes
write people off.
I know.
And then she already gave me a wish list of products she wants me to like introduce since she had gone out to the website and kind of looked at stuff. I had a lookbook from 2 quarters ago that I did have in my purse that I was able to leave with her. But all those things we're trained on, like it's never fails, right?
And sometimes it's hard to know when to archive people. I mean, you can always ask them first, but I've had people come to me and I was about to the point, I mean, like it's been 4 years or 5 years and I was about to archive them and then they want a makeover during their birthday month. So, I mean, you never know. It's hard to know, but it is kind of good before you archive them to just try to reconnect one more time and say, do you want to still receive my lookbooks? And different things. And they may say no and then change their mind, but I'm glad that worked out though. That's exciting.
Yeah, I guess I thought she wasn't so fond of Mary Kay. And once we finished talking vacation, she couldn't wait to be talking about all things Mary Kay. So,
Yeah.
like, there's
She
the
might be
story.
a new recruit.
I'm thinking about that because she mentioned to me she's not dating, she doesn't have any friends. I'm like, I do want to figure out a way to broach her about again our lovely culture of Mary Kay and come on in, something like that. I've been noodling on it since yesterday, but that was pretty exciting all the way around. And I get to see her on Saturday.
Yeah, that's very exciting. You'll have to let us know how it goes. That's good. All right. I don't want to keep you all very much longer, but does anyone else have anything else they want to say or? All right. Thank you guys all for sharing. And like I said, thank you again for those of you that went. It's a big effort. And so I appreciate y'all. And I did like Charlotte. And so that's good to know. I'm hoping the company will like tell us for sure, like right after this seminar is over. But I did hear a lot about Fort Worth and Oklahoma City, which for us, both of those are much closer and really not that hard, I guess, for you guys, either from St. Louis. So, okay, yeah, that is the only thing. We did also hear they might do all the seminars together. Did that lady say anything to you, Dawn, about that?
Mm-mm.
Because that scares me a little because some of the things that we didn't like about this seminar was the number of people. And so that's a little scary to me, but we'll see what they say. That the lady that said that was a national, but she said, I don't know anything official. So, they might have been testing the waters with having 2 seminars together and kind of seeing, how it goes. And so we'll see how that goes. In Charlotte, there seemed to be plenty of hotels and restaurants. So that didn't seem to be an issue. It's just in the convention center, really. That was kind of too many people a couple of times. So anyway, okay. Well, anything else? We're all good? Okay. So end of month is Thursday. Whew. PCP deadline is Friday. And we're on for next Tuesday, and I will get the calendar and everything out. I will get that out by the end of this week as well. So anyway, all right. And we're glad for all of you that were on tonight. Thank you for being on meeting. And you guys have a great evening. And good luck with the makeovers. I'm excited. Let me know every time you have one entered. And we'll add it to our little chart and we'll post it. So that's exciting. All right. Thank y'all so much. You guys have a great evening.